Okay, guys, we're back live from the Mile High City, Denver, Colorado. Draw two. Sheet B for the second draw, we have Water Hazards from Rock Creek Curling Club against Meep Meep from the Roadrunner Curling Club.
Mine's great. Okay. Yep, straight. Play me. Whoa, whoa, let it go, let it go. Let it go. Whoa. Let it go. Okay. Whoa. Let me. Yeah, yeah. That's okay. My fault. All the way. Bring it. Just too much ice. I got you. Just give me 10. 9-5's great. Yep. Okay, whoa, 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 whoa. Yep. Whoa, yes. Whoa. Hard. Yep, whoa, whoa. Yep. Yep. Nice shot, Mel. Nice shot, Mel.
Okay, good shot by Mike King there. Eliminate that shot rock. Looks like Tony's calling for the hit here.
Mel! Hard! Hard, Mel! Hard! Hard! Great shot.
Yeah, very nice shot for Austin. Got a little roll.
Teeth. Teeth. Lights to miss. Where is it? Let it do its thing. Whoa. 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 On its own. Top eight's great. Top eight. Right there, it's just fine. Nice shot, Austin. Good job. Yeah, all the way, Chris.
You just don't want to, ideally, just
All the
not
way hard, hard, hard.
right here.
All the way hard, all the way hard.
So, go here.
Yeah, it looks like Tony's just calling for the straight come around here. Trying to bury one, top four, button.
Where is it? Easy. If anything, if it. Easy.
Okay, last Skip Stone for the Roadrunner Curling Club. Might be a little spicy, but if you could freeze on out. Wrecked on that top yellow.
Mine's good. We're like right here. Yeah, hard, 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 all the way.
You know where that?
Maybe just a scotch more, Austin. Yeah, right there.
Looks like Tony has a draw here for 3 or possibly 4. I've got a bad angle here. I can't even tell what color stone on the perimeters here of the house. Good weight and good draw by Tony.
Creek action, huh?
Yep, one more from Rock Creek. Had a hard time distinguishing what color stones were in their perimeters there, but I think they may have put up 3 or 4.
Oh, yeah.
Curl. Always curl. Alright, just hair wide. You're fine. Great weight. Great weight.
Well, this is Dave Falco joining the broadcast here. Just had some lunch. Brian, whenever you feel like it, you can have a little break here.
All right.
So we've had plenty of Roadrunner curlers up here before. I'm not familiar with these guys, though. Sorry, and lady.
So real quick on the other sheets, we've got on sheet A, we have Drawing a Blank from Rock Creek Curling Club. They are playing 55 and under from here at DCC. And on sheet C, we have Drawing Dead from Denver Curling Club against Ace of Hearts from Rock Creek. And a player or two from Denver Curling Club. And on sheet D, we have the Cheese Curls from DCC against Push and Pray.
Really good.
Which is DCC and one member that migrated to Green Bay. He came back for this event.
Good shot.
Well, you sold them short, Brian. It was a 6.
Oh, wow.
6 in the first.
There they hung it. Yeah. Okay, they were all yellow.
Tony, yeah.
Oh, boy.
Tony off to a hot start here. Roadrunner is a once-a-week arena club, from my recollection, from down in New Mexico.
Top 8.
Really pretty drive up through there through southern Colorado. All right, buddy, enjoy your lunch.
Be careful with that headset. It's real short.
All right.
Where is it? Great shot, Mel. Nice shot, man. You like 9-5? Yep. Yep. Yes.
Really nice hit and roll there from Mel Fountain. Well, I mentioned this on the previous broadcast. However, if you're new to this stream, Tony and Mel have been curling about a year and a half, same age as Rock Creek Curling Club itself. They have come up really quick, making it to mixed doubles nationals this year. by way of the Colorado Cup, which is a world qualifier event that's held up there at Rock Creek. Next year, if you get a chance to go see that event and you're into mixed doubles curling, it features many of our top teams in the country. So a really good draw. Ice was exceptional, and we were able to witness some really top-level curling up there.
Nose is just fine, okay? But one of these is great. Normal? Ideally, yeah. Just what you asked, not what I'm going to do. Yep. Yep. Where are you? Yeah, go. And whoa. Nice shot, Austin. Go shoot.
Nice shot, Austin.
Nice roll away there on the hit from Austin Fountain.
Freeze to that. Freeze to one.
So Roadrunner finds himself in an early hole, which takes away the luxury of just being able to hit your way out of an end. So skip calling a freeze on the yellow. It is behind T line, so possibility sit shot rock after this one. Looks like it's curling early. Great weight on that shot. Looks like we just need a little bit more broom in order to freeze on the inside of that rock.
What's that? Yeah. I'm kind of liking this. Like, board.
And so the opposite strategy applies to Tony and company here. With a big lead already, they're not going to play around at all and just want to remove this red from play, even if it means sacrificing their backing.
Yep. Hard now. Hard now. Hard now. Hard now.
Mills going early, needs to get the inside of this rock to avoid the jam. Very good. Yep, picks it right over the top of the backing, so is able to keep them all in play. Yellow now sitting 3, it looks like. So if our roster is right, it's Mike King. Again, with pretty good draw weight. Gets a little unlucky to tap and bump open there.
Got a pretty good crowd in the warm room here, Valco. We got people outside. Nice Colorado day out here. Probably around 50. I don't know. It felt pretty good out there.
The sun is shining. It's usually pretty tolerable out there.
Yep.
Yep, looks like we got all 4 early draws hanging out and broom stacking together. It's good to see.
You know, Falco, if you ever wear your sunglasses inside and somebody asks you, well, why are you wearing your sunglasses inside? The appropriate response would be, because when you're cool, the sun shines all the time.
I'm going to have to go get my sunglasses.
Yeah, there you go. We just had a participant in here with her shades on. Reminded me of that.
We really could use another dimmer setting on these lights in here.
A little
So
bright.
it does feel like daylight most of the time.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can do something about that.
It's like a runway at DIA. Yeah, that's great. Much better.
A little better. Felt like I was getting a 10. All right, so there is a little piece of the forefoot that could sit buried. Skip Patrick Turney. Just a little heavy on that one.
Top 12 ideally.
Tony's looking at another full house. I think the goal here would be to place it somewhere where it both blocks the draw path and does not provide them with an open hit to score. Especially after witnessing that first draw, I think that you want to dare him to throw another one.
What do you think? A top 12 here, top 8?
Yeah.
He still has that port. There is a port on that outturn side, it looks like, from this angle.
Yeah.
Between those two.
Yep,
Yeah.
I think that's accessible.
Yeah.
It's a little nervy. Obviously, making contact with either of
Sure.
those guards is an automatic 4 for your opponent. So yeah, I like draw path, which means probably a rock or two on the left side of the center line, and then top 12. Sweepers are working hard to get it there.
Yeah, it's going to hang on him a little,
Yep.
so the draw's going to be open. The Roadrunner Club.
Yeah, visual obstacle if nothing else. Haven't seen too many shots of this draw, but judging from our previous one, this doesn't look like a ton of ice for a draw shot.
I was just thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
You want to stay away from that guard up there.
That's right. Yeah, it was moving quite a bit more than this early. It's going. Well, he's by. Let's see how the weight is. They're thinking about it. Could be close. Well, really great adjustment off of his first one.
Really, for sure.
Yeah, he took about 15 feet off of that rock.
Yeah.
And the Sweepers just gave up on it. But cuts him down to 1. So small victories here. Drawing against 4 is pretty nervy.
Yeah, that's good reduction.
Yeah, that's right. It's so easy in this game to overcompensate or over-adjust, so props for that one. All right, this looks like hammer on A. Matt Olson and company. Denver team. He's playing with his wife Angela, and they're joined by Tim and Anna Murphy. Tim is the lucky Shamrock this season. He's won every Bonspiel he's entered, including the Mile High. So he's on quite a streak.
Yep, he
Yeah.
is. That's doing great.
Yeah.
And they're playing against the Rock Creek team, drawing a blank.
Ooh, unlucky. Runs into a guard, drives it in off of a rock in the top 12, and then yellow scores 3, I think I saw. So that's going to be a big lead for the Rock Creek team, 5-0 after 2.
So on sheet C here we have Drawing Dead from Denver Curling Club against Ace of Hearts from Rock Creek.
This is yellow's last. That's David Mulcahy. Up 2 without hammer. And he looks like he is sitting second shot. Gets a redirect off of a guard and just skates by his second shooter. So Red's going to have a shot 4-2 here.
And
We'll give
then,
you an update when that's done.
then real quick on sheet D, we got cheese curls against Push and Pray, both Denver Curling Club.
Cheese Curls took one in the first, and
Mine's great.
it looks like Yellow's going to have a shot for, well, they're sitting 4th and 5th, but there's 3 Reds lined up that could be all removed with 1 shot. So we'll see if they're gutsy enough to go for that triple to score 3. We'll give you an update on those hammer shots coming down the ice here in a second. So on D, Justin Riley's shot, takeout attempt over at Curls and ends up giving the Cheese Curls 1, I believe. It's all the way over on the other side of the room, but I think that's what I see. So they'll have a 2-0 lead after 2. And the Ace of Hearts had a really difficult wide draw attempt for their second, and I think just under curled on that. Weight was pretty good, so they're going to have be in a 3-1 deficit after 2. So drawing dead.
Nice shot, Mel.
This one just a little hot to get the curls she wanted. But they'll figure out the ice in a couple ends.
That's right. I think at this point, that's a really good thing to focus on. Obviously, they have more games to come, and so despite the early deficit, just focus on making shots, getting a feel for the ice, and who knows, maybe you might claw your way back into it. At the very least, you'll set yourself up for better outcome in the future. Well, Mel's pretty dialed in. Another T-Wade draw. Hangs out a little, gives the Roadrunners a bigger target.
There you go. Got a 2-rock wall there to sit up against. This line looks a little better. Oh,
Weight was really good on that one.
yep.
Got to find the Goldilocks zone.
Just a hair tight on
Yeah.
that one.
Not too wide, not too tight.
Guard what?
The port.
Just guard there?
Yeah.
Okay. Just give me a 2 guard, Austin. Hey.
Yep. Throw one in the port.
Well, I was wrong about D. I stand corrected. Push and Pray ended up taking one, so
They did.
it's
okay.
a 1-1 tie against the Cheese Curls, 2 Denver teams. Lucy Bradshaw is the skip of the Cheese Curls. I think this is her last 5 and under, I believe. The gentleman skipped by Justin Riley, Push and Pray, They've been curling for, this is their second season. They're really into it. They've come a long way.
Yeah, bunch of good guys.
Yep. Justin Riley was one of our board members, so he puts in a lot of time and volunteer effort around the club, all of which is much appreciated. Lucy is certainly no slouch in that department either. She helps with ice. She runs bonspiels. She does pretty much everything around here. So, and she's running for a spot on our board this upcoming season. Well, Roadrunners come through the port.
He did.
Roll
Sit in
under
second
cover.
shot.
Yep. Good aggressive call by Tony, obviously. Staying aggressive, playing the hits is going to benefit you when you have a lead. This one doesn't turn out go his way and opens up an opportunity for the Roadrunners to get something going here.
Really good shot there by the Roadrunner Club. He could have used a couple more inches of curl there at the end, but he was pretty tight to the guard. But nonetheless, a pretty good outcome.
Our screen is really tiny, but it looks like you might have moved it far enough. Yellow, yeah, both teams have a shot-biting forefoot that would be a measure at this point, at least in the 3-inch screen that I'm looking at right here.
Understood.
That one rode the center line for a long time.
Usually
we get a little bit more movement up there. He could have set it back to the line with his release. I can do that.
It happened.
Skip Patrick Turney's first. Looks like he's got yellow-red lined up. That might go. I have to imagine with that ice that that's where he's throwing. If he doesn't think he's shot right now, I can see the merit of this call.
This one might overcurl a bit, though.
Well, that's an example of a really good weight choice. I was kind of harping on people in the last draw about tending to throw too much weight at a shot. I can see a lot of curlers want to throw a monster hit on that just to get rocks moving. But that was a really good weight choice through just light hack. Almost kept the contact stone by doing so. all that's really necessary to make that shot is to move that yellow a couple inches and sit 2. So he did set that one again. Let's see if it's the same result. Looks like that intern, he's just backing up just a hair right when he releases it.
Might clip that guard.
Yeah.
Nope, he made it through.
There's a definite tear jump in people's curling careers when they not only know that they missed, but why they missed. And that's a good example of that right there is, straightening out that release, not setting it like he did that the first time, and you're able to catch the curl that way. But unfortunately, he didn't go to school on his own mistake in the first one. Ends up going through. Say hi to the people, Nancy.
Hello, people.
We got Nancy Bucci in the house.
Nancy Bucci in the house.
Brian, sweet, Brian.
Well, we'll see here if
Yeah.
they need a measurement.
Let's see if
Well, it must have been close enough. Must have been more obvious from their angle.
apparently.
So it's going to be another one for yellow.
Is that red or yellow?
Roadrunner started to build an end there, though. They had a couple chances at sitting 2, so
They did.
trending in the right direction.
Yep.
Top 12. Hey, Mel, top 12.
No updates yet. The rest of the sheets are still finishing up their third end, but we'll get back with you here in a second. Solid strategy by Tony here, obviously, with a lead of this size. You don't want to put anything up front, let them build an end against you. So he comes into the house. Looks like the ladies have really solid draw weight up front, which allows him to set up some really advantageous positions.
All right. Put it right here. Act like you know what you're doing. Straight. 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 Hard straight. Great shot, Julia.
I think this is Julia's first time curling down here in Denver. I know Austin's curled at least 1 or 2 games here, and
Right.
Tony and Mel have curled here a bunch, and so I'm sure he had them coached up well on what to expect.
Sure.
Definite advantage coming out of the gate.
And she just had a great guard thrown there.
Yeah, right on line. 2 really good ones.
Top 12. club.
So Matt Ellison's rink, 55 and under, was able to claw a couple back in the third end. They're now trailing 5-2 against the other Rock Creek team.
If it's a 3, it's great, but I think it's more than that. Hang on. Austin, carry it all the way back here. All the way back here, Austin. All the way back. Great shot. That's good. Good shot, Mel.
Have you ever heard of a 25 and under event, Brian?
I have not.
It sounds funny on the face of it, but it's actually it's kind of a bridge between open format bonspiels and the 5 and under. So what
Okay.
it is you can have your total experience has to be 25 or less with all 4 team members.
I see.
So if you have 10 years of experience or more, you count as a 10, and then the rest of your team has to make up the balance.
All right.
So yeah, a good way to level the playing field a little bit.
Yeah.
Same way.
I think over under is another way to another term for that format.
Okay.
Just the hair wide. Always curl. Hard. 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 Go hard. Okay, leave it that high. Leave it that high. That's good. We'll take it. You're fine. That's the miss.
So it's a similar spot that they were trying to access the last time down this way. Let's see if he
Right.
learns anything from the second end.
Yeah. I think she was on broom, but the ice seems a little tight.
I agree. Not quite trusting that it'll curl that much.
Top eight. Top eight's great. Yes, line. Hard line. Hard line. Yep. Yes. Yep. Where is it? You're by. Yep. Hard. Keep going, Julia. Keep going. Hard. 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 You're right there. Not on that. Very sweet.
Okay, the intern's still available for Roadrunner Club here. Again, I think a little more ice would be advisable, but
Yeah, makes contact with the guard again.
a little wick.
Well, a good lesson though, Brian. I mean, curling is a team game. If you watch curling at its highest levels, you'll hear input from the rest of the team. It's far too often, new curlers just rely solely on their skip in order to call all the shots, influence all the strategy, put the broom in the right place,
Right.
judge weight and line.
Yeah.
When really it takes all 4 members to make a perfect shot.
It does, and it's a tough situation, especially for newer curlers. You know, they want to rely on the skip, but you know, if you feel something
Yes. Yes. Line.
that they're not seeing or it just doesn't feel right to you, it doesn't hurt to speak up.
Well, big result in the third end on D. The Cheese Curls scored a 5
Oh, wow.
and now puts them up 6-1 over the Push and Pray. Didn't see how that developed, but have to imagine there were some misses in there.
Roadrunner trying to clear a path here and just slid a little wide.
How do you feel about this tap, Brian?
You know I'm kind of a tapper. Is that what Tony called here?
Yeah, I think he's playing the raise on the outside yellow on the left one.
I don't mind it, but I think definitely the miss is a little wide, right? You don't want to be to the inside of that.
Yeah.
Give him something to come in off of.
Okay.
But a straight draw, straight come around would have done the same thing.
Yeah, that's my preference. It's a higher percentage shot,
Right.
and if you miss the tap, you probably have enough weight to open up an easier draw path for your opponent. They're trying to push it onto the face of that one. Because if you make a draw perfectly, I think it gets you to a spot that would be just as good as where you could access with a raise. So
Right.
pretty big mess developing up there. If Roadrunner can sink one around.
He's looking at clearing out a path again.
Yeah. I don't mind it. That they might be wired right now to go on to the shot rock if you get to the inside of that stone.
Sure.
If you can at all move that shot rock, it brings your second counter into play. The overhead cameras are fish-eyed, so a little bit, so it's really hard to get a feel for true angles.
So he's just going to track out wide on him again.
A little bit of exasperation there from Kevin.
When he happened to catch, they were here. Go straight back and down.
He's pretty attached to doing something with this front.
He really is. He really is.
It's easy to get pretty, keyed in on one shot. I don't see the options, but again, I prefer the draw here. I just think this is unnecessarily complicated.
Nice little draw to top 8 would be a pretty good spot.
Oh, I'll spread it for you.
So we had some friendly fire during the early draw. If you heard any of that off mic,
No, I missed
yeah.
that.
So Dave Selecki, who helps with quite a bit during day leagues, especially on his first slide, totally went over sideways and landed on his broom and put a huge gouge
Whoops.
first end of the first draw right in the middle of sheet A. And so Tom Whitman just nicknamed him Scratch. I think that's a keeper.
Scratch Selecki.
Good in golf, bad in curling.
Well, Tony pulled off that shot. So
There you go, proving me wrong, Tony.
yeah, he promoted his up just enough weight to sit 1-2.
Yeah, and got a nice little tick over to cut down that drawing area on the left.
Yeah, I think Roadrunners now are looking to promote their own red here.
Yeah, throw the weight right. It's going to be, it has to be perfect, I think, to both have the right weight and to curl that much.
Okay.
But it is all yellow on the left, so I can't fault him at all for not wanting to deal with that.
No, yeah, need to bail out the right here.
Well, as the ice maker, I'm happy with the amount of curl, but I don't think they are.
Okay, so that's 2 more for the Rock Creek Club. Tony elected to go ahead and bring one in here. Pull one out and tapped on the wing, but it looks like it's going to be about center ice.
That's the right tolerance for that shot. With a lead of this size, you want to make sure that you're at least in the house.
Yep.
Even through is better than putting up a guard and starting to build something that they can hide behind.
Exactly.
We're giving updates on all of them. Well, yeah, because they shook early, so we moved over. So we can.
You want this?
B has the true camera angle, so the camera angle, if you move the camera, because it's only these globes that you're looking at. Yeah. So we can change. It's just not as good of an angle. But yeah, we can move it. Yeah. Right on. Yeah.
Always curl. In. Help, Watson. Yep, we want it in. Go hard. Go hard. You're getting closer.
So on C, drawing dead from Denver Curling Club. They got forced in the third. Another point gives them a 4-1 lead over Ace of Hearts.
Where is it? Line's great. Let it grind. Let it grind. Let it grind. Let it grind.
Another spot on draw from Mel Fountain.
Really nice.
All that mixed doubles practice. It is a great format for newer curlers to participate in, I think, for a couple reasons. One, it gives you draw weight, because pretty much all you're doing is playing around the forefoot.
Right.
And it allows both participants to be a part of the strategy, and so it gives, I think, newer curlers some confidence to speak up and give their 2 cents, assess the strategy, call weight calls, call line. It just, I think, accelerates the participation, as we were talking before about making team shots. Yeah, I think mixed doubles is a really good way to accelerate all that.
Normal. 9-5.
For sure, and you're throwing the same shot many times over and over, so that repetition definitely helps.
It is a game of reps. Turns out that helps.
Line curl.
I don't have a great answer whenever anybody asks me how they get better at draw weight.
Yeah.
My stock answer is, well, throw a lot of rocks.
Throw 10,000 of
Throw
them.
10, yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. That's usually met with a frown.
Just a biter. 3's fine. Just a biter. It's like board. If we hit the guard, it's fine.
So 55 and under, Matt Olson's team from our home club here. Manufactures a steel 1.
Okay.
Now down 5-3 after 4. Starting to work their way back into that game. It's the only game that is completed for.
Yeah, Rock, baby.
I'm gonna make a run later today. I need some fluorescent bulbs, but I don't know which exactly ones they are. So I'll go. I'm gonna have to just for my own sake. So I don't mind making a run. Yeah, that's the only thing I can think of though. But I don't. Yeah, if I had the type, I'd tell you about it. Thanks, Nick. Yep.
Get board. And this is fine too.
The Roadrunner Club finding their weight a little bit on that last draw. It
Yeah,
was
that was
just
beauty.
could have used a couple more inches of curl, but weight was really good.
So sneaky from the front, but if you look overhead, there is another yellow berry back in there. So it's not an easy one to deal
Right.
with.
Yep.
Yep, straight. Heart straight. Heart straight. Good sweep.
Nice quiet weight from Austin here. Really good shot. Yep. Doesn't get it all the way out, but pushes it far
Yeah,
enough to
far
sit
enough,
3.
right.
Yep. So Mike King again, pretty similar to the first one.
Oh,
He certainly has the weight more under control.
yep, he's
His team
finding
has
it.
so far. He's made a couple nice draws.
Yeah.
Gives Rock Creek the same look, but it's Tony throwing this time.
Yeah.
So we saw in the early draw a bunch of takeouts that could have used less weight, resulting in either wide misses or hitting just on the wrong side of the rock. And so hopefully Tony's taking some similar weight to what Austin just threw, so that he can get some curl and give it to his sweepers a bit.
Line.
Looks like a pretty good rock here from Tony.
No.
Yep, nice delicate weight. It's going to curl up almost the nose. Push it through.
Good shot. That's me. I thought it was going to go. We didn't make it.
Again, it's really tough to see the angles, but I think if you throw an absolute bullet and catch about a third of a rock, or maybe even thinner, on that top one where the broom is, right where the broom
Uh-huh.
is.
Think you can get 3 of them?
Yeah, I think that, well, the only problem rock I see is the shot rock is lined up to go dead onto the back red. But I think you can get them all moving. You would have to throw a missile. Well, I had to hit it a little thicker.
I'm sure Tony will be guarding up that path.
Oh, you want it like here? Okay.
Yeah, I think guard's prudent here. So, when I was doing ice at men's and women's nationals, Sean Olson was telling us about this book that he's writing. Have I told you about this yet?
No?
So, I think it's mostly just chapter names at this point.
Okay.
But my favorite one was called "Greed Gets You the Hammer," which I think is appropriate for life and for curling. So yeah,
Yep.
guards here. If you get greedy and try to sit 4, then maybe he lines up something spectacular and spill them all, and then you end up giving 3. And guess
Sure.
what? You get the hammer.
Yep. Take a really good shot just to reduce them by 1 or 2 here.
So I think Kevin's going to see about half of the rock from the hack, the way just looking at where those 2 rocks are in relation to the center line. Oh no, the long view has it buried a little bit more than that.
Yeah,
It's pretty
7/8
under.
it
Yeah,
looks
it's
like,
pretty
yeah.
under. Yeah, and just tapping it back is still going to give you a little 1. So, but cutting them down, moral victory.
a little late on the sweep here. That was close.
So another 3, it looks like. Oh, did they hang 2? Just looks like. I think that they.
I thought it was 3 for sure. At least.
Oh, that was 5. Maybe it was.
Yeah, they haven't hung.
Yeah. And they might not. That's usually when
That's
it gets to a point where you don't really need to rub it in. We have an update on D. Cheese Curls steal 1 in the 4th. They now have a 7-1 lead. So what started as a pretty competitive game now sees Push and Pray trailing by a bundle. They rehung the 4th end on A. They had originally hung a single, and it ended up being 2 instead. So a steal of 2 in the 4th by 55 and under puts Matt Olson and crew down 1 after 4 ends.
Hey.
And they are sitting shot rock in the 5th.
Mine's really good. How's the weight? Good girl. It's right, girl. It's coming. It's coming. Brandon, bro. You get the inside of it, it's even better. Hard. Top 8.
On sheet A, the Rock Creek Club just made a good hit on a red stone and take out the Denver Curling Club shot rock, and they're now sitting 1-2. Matt Olson, I believe, with his last skip stone, he's going to try to repeat the favor.
Online, people. We are on the groove. Mine's really good. How's the weight? Yeah, feels right. All the way. Just out. Yep. All the way, all the way, all the way. Where is it? All the way. Keep going. Yeah, keep going, Don. Keep going.
Really nice pair of shots from the Rock Creek skip on A. Gives them their deuce and puts them up now 7-4. Yep, 7-4.
Yep, that was a really nice draw weight.
Hit and roll, and then a really nice draw to the top 4 to score a second.
10. Yep. Hard. Hey, whoa, whoa, Landy. Yep.
Okay, objective accomplished. Got just enough of that redstone to get it out.
Another steal of a single by the Cheese Curls on D. Lucy Bradshaw and company are now up 8-1 over Justin Riley's Push and Pray team.
Or would you rather do this? It's option 1 or option 2?
Well, I've got the signal out on YouTube to see if there's any New Mexico viewers out there.
Ah,
We don't want to rob them of an opportunity of seeing their home team. However, we've got some. That's a bit of a runaway train on this sheet, so we'll see in a couple how this progresses in an end or two, and maybe give you a view of
Yes, line.
another game.
Yes, line.
yeah, we could have a handshake here after this end.
Hard line. Hard line. Line's good. Hard line. Yes, line. Yes, line. Line's good. Line's good. Go, ladies. You got it. Get it over. What? You want to hit one? You want to hit this? Go wide. Yes. Yep. Line's good. Hard. Wait only. Hard. You're fine.
That hitter, I think it would have gone all out to there somewhere. It definitely. Yeah. I mean, it might have went out. It's either going to be on the edge of 12 or out. Yeah.
Tony using his velocity times momentum skills there to determine where that rock would have ended up.
I didn't see what happened. Did it hit
It
somebody's
barely
foot?
hit his foot.
Oh, yeah. Really nice draw weight.
Really good shot from Roadrunner Club. Sitting 2 now.
Mike King's got to find a way to bottle that draw weight and give it to the rest of his team. He's been pretty on point. So I like the call. You know, in a different scenario, it would be tempting to guard that rock, but you're down a bundle, so it's time to pile them in and see what happens.
Sure.
That one's a piece under. I think the hit on it is a good chance of jamming on the yellow in the back 8 foot. See what Tony looks to do. I think just clearing, taking out that open one.
Yep, I
Little
think
saver.
so. Take the back one.
Yep. The right shot in any situation, very often dictated by what the scoreboard looks like. So, removing rocks from play for Rock Creek is the name of the game right now, obviously.
Not a curl. Curl only.
Been several really good shots in a row over here on sheet A. They're playing well. Another one of those tough to tell. Looks like a red to me, but you never know. Now it's probably yellow.
A little less, Austin. Yep.
Plenty of room. Line, line. Alright, wait only, wait only.
So Tony elects not to hit with his last. Comes
Right.
up a little short on a draw and now gives Roadrunner, I think, a shot for 3. If they can remove that stone on the left in the corner of the 4 foot.
Yep, looks like there's room to get to the nose of it. Not really looking over there.
So he saw it eventually and is going to make a move on this yellow rock. Really tight ice again. If he crosses the face of the red, he could play red-yellow.
Yep. It's trying to get there, just not quite enough.
I almost like that little raise as the called shot. So often when you have a rock that's edge on edge or a piece buried,
Yeah.
you know, it's catastrophic if you tick off of that top one. So, but they're going to play on.
Looks like it.
Did we figure out how to change the overhead? Is this okay?
You guys want to hang it or?
Too many screens. It was
Yeah.
over here somewhere.
Center guard.
Score's getting a little out of hand on B. I think we're going to look around the ice room and see if we can find a more tightly contested battle for you.
Hard right up. Gonna save it. I like that for Brian. T. Where is it? Because you told her to? We will most definitely talk about it. Okay, alright. Whatever happened to the Cleveland thing you wanted to do?
So we're taking a quick look over on sheet A. Another Rock Creek team here skipped by.
Hard right up. Go hard! Harder! Go hard!
Elizabeth Stavely. This is her last.
We got it!
She's got a 3-point lead right now.
T!
I think trying to just guard a tap. Matt might have had a run opportunity for a couple. So they're looking at they need a couple, so they're looking at opportunities to get it. I'm not seeing anything immediately. We're gonna change the overhead here. There it is.
Whoa! Whoa! It's gotta curl.
I think this is a tough call, frankly. They know they need a couple. I don't think this is definitely there. Playing this angle run. That one in the back 8 looks dead frozen to me. I think it's going to be really hard to get rid
Yeah,
of.
I don't think that one's going anywhere.
Yeah. I don't know that with 2 ends to play, I don't know that you need to be this aggressive.
In like middle of the 8 foot. Other way. Yeah, right about there.
Yeah, it looks like he's just drawn in now. Take his one.
The way that those are angled, the shot that might be there, if you're willing to take it on, is the crosshouse double. Hit the one in the right really thin, come all the way across, and there might be a hole there to push it through to score 4 or 5. But I don't think this is there for it. But he likes to play the draw. I think that's the right call in this situation. I really don't think it calls for that level of kind of desperation. So take your one. Down 2 with 2 ends to play. Is it going to get by?
Yeah, he
Good
made
sweep.
it by. Really
Tim
good.
Murphy is a great sweeper and showed it there. And he might need a couple seconds to recover from that one.
Good sweep, Tim. Good throw by Matt.
Comes up. I don't know if he took a breath that entire way down the sheet. So a couple updates for you. We do have a score change on C. Ace of Hearts came back with 2. Steal of 2 to take a 5-4 lead over the Denver team, Drawing Dead. They are in the 6th end, with Drawing Dead sitting a single and Hammer yet to come.
Whoa. Whoa. Yep. Yes. Whoa.
So Matt and company needing probably to steal out to win. Throws up guard, trying to get something generated on that level. Lead Becky Marlowe with the draw attempts. Looks like really good weight. Just came maybe a bit too wide of a line. Matt's having his wife Angela play the hit and roll off the yellow. Drifts a little wide. We have plenty of hoses.
Line's great. Gotta go. What?
Stably happy with the position of that yellow rock, playing a guard on top of it.
Great shot.
Really well made. Forces Matt Olson into a change of strategy here. Going to play the come around draw.
Yes, line. Yep. Hard. Okay. All right, yeah. Whoa.
So Drawing Dead from Denver
Dad, just
answers right back with a 2 to retake the lead, 6-5 on sheet C. That's a back and forth battle. Really fun one going on over there. Where is Ace of Hearts from? They're Rock Creek.
Rock Creek.
So I think Matt took a look and doesn't see a way into the house right now, so he's
Yep.
electing to play weight at this one on the side. of view of this one. I think it's just going to go over the top. Yeah. Does open up a drop path, though.
Yep.
And now you can see Shot Rock. Probably almost all of it from the hack. So Stavely thinks there's a way in on the wide intern path.
What do you feel more comfortable throwing?
And Chris says, that's not enough broom. I'm going to throw it all the way up against the boards and see what it does.
That was pretty wide.
It's about as wide as you can get. And we have wide sheets.
Yeah, we do.
One of the quirks of the game, the playing surface is not standardized. There are measurements that are variable, width being one of them, or the main one, I should say. Distance behind the hack can vary from club to club.
Right.
We have wide sheets. We have almost 2 rocks widths between the edge of the house and the boundary line. So 15 feet 7 inches is our total width of our sheets here. The minimum is a foot, so 11 inches with the width of a rock plus 1 inch, so that you could be in play and off the rings if you were right on the tee line. And Chris chose to use every bit of that 15-7. There was actually a pit out there that we noticed after we scraped and didn't repair. And Tom actually uttered the words, "Nobody will ever throw it out there." So
And there you
we
go.
stand corrected.
Never fails.
So Matt's calling the raise on the middle rock, trying to promote it up into the 4-foot. If he makes it, obviously it's a great shot. I think that my preference would be to play on your right rock. If you don't happen to hit it just perfectly, you might run it into the rocks on the side of the house.
Right.
But what you're not going to do is open up the draw path to the 4-foot for your opponent. And with hammer, obviously, that's what they want, is access to the 4-foot with their last rock. So he'd be disappointed if I didn't have some point of disagreement with him during this game. So
Right.
I'm just doing my job, Matt. Nothing personal. So Rock Creek going to utilize the newly found access to the 4-foot. It is pretty good weight, sits top 8. I think that's a sneaky good spot, actually.
It is pretty good. There is a double there, though, isn't there? There's to
Yeah.
sit up against. It's fairly flat, but it's doable.
Yeah. If you play it the steep way, you might catch on the rocks in the side of the house on the left. And if you play it the skinny way, you could stuff right under the corner guard. So I think you have 2 ways at this. I think the other option is playing directly onto the shot rock and maybe getting a roll inside. With that broom, I think that's maybe what he's playing. If he makes it perfectly, it'll be a short little run for yellow, but then you might have a double back to cut him down. Hard to do that twice.
Yeah, that one hurts.
Looked like the weight was pretty good on that one. I don't think he overthrew it, so it may have just been a little bit of a release issue. Any contact on that top one, it probably would have redirected right onto shot stone. So.
All right, good shot. Great weight.
Bit unlucky. See what kind of weight she's throwing here. Did you hear the call?
I did not. Yep, they're
Turned around and looked back at the hack that you just came from. That's usually not a great sign.
And she's just plugging the gap. It's gonna work.
Let's see. Yeah, that was actually really well placed. I don't know that there is a hole on either side. I think you can get to the rock in the top 12 foot, but that doesn't do you much good.
Yes, line. Yes, line.
I guess he's looking it in off of that Yellowstone out on the wing. I don't know if you can get around with enough weight.
Yeah, I'm not sure this shot is here. Could prove me. If they were staggered the other way, you might be able to have some around the world action if you hit the outside one first, but unfortunately, it's sitting just a little bit deeper. He doesn't look totally convinced in the hack. Going back to clean his rock again.
Right.
Talking it over with his teammates. Not standing up. Let's see what else. I think you have that two options at an angle run in if you're playing the right side.
Right, those are there.
I just don't think this is here. You could play the double and hope to give him only 3, but that's not a great position to be in towards at this point of the game. Oh, is this our...
Yep. Yep.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Hard.
Oh, okay.
Hard, hard, hard.
Cool.
Okay, whoa,
Awesome.
whoa,
Great.
whoa.
Thanks, Nick. For the what? Oh, cool.
That, if not, it's clear that red one.
Do you want to still raise this one? Come around?
Yeah, so he made contact with it when he wanted to, but
Yeah, he did.
not
Just,
enough
yeah.
Let's raise that guy. Get a little bit more ice.
So a shot for 4. looked like it started moving right out of her hands, so
Did.
never really a chance on that
Yeah,
one.
that
But
was
three's
inside.
pretty good here. 5-point lead coming home.
Back line. Back line, back eight, anything like that.
Well, we got a really tight one over here on C. So
All
I'm
right,
going to move.
we'll
I'm
jump
going
to
to move
C.
this over. Whoop.
Yep. Yep.
David Mulcahy looks like he's throwing his
Whoa. I do the thing.
last rock here.
It's coming. Here it comes. Here it comes. Here it comes. You're all good.
And he has a packed house.
Great shot, Austin.
So without hammer, he's either going to guard top stone, shot stone, or come right on top of it. Either which is a pretty good outcome right here.
That's not a bad spot right
Nope.
there.
Well placed. So, Ace of Hearts looking at a tough force here.
Run back for one, looks like to me.
That's all I see. Seems like she prefers the outside red. I'm not sure what she's seeing. I suppose with the center one you could get unlucky and catch that shot rock in the wrong spot and spin out across the top of the other shot of the other yellow. So this one might go dead in the pocket. But no, it looks like they're playing the center.
He always misses first move though.
Top four. Top four. Line's good. Hard. Like down where? Yep. Keep going. Hard.
So hammer on the way from Dana Hart,
You got it. Keep going.
looking to play the Red Rays takeout for a single.
Oh, shot it through to give up 5.
No, just go in the plant room, and there, right when you walk in the door, there's that hot tub. Right on the other side, there's a green hose laying on the ground. Yeah. Do we have a sprayer? You can take the one off of through that door and look immediately left, and there's a mop sink. The short hose on there has a garden nozzle on it. Just make sure you turn the water off before you do it on a tap. Yeah.
Brian, you gotta go sleep, 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 sleep.
Yeah. That's just this blue one.
So it ends up being a steal of 4 for drawing dead. So commanding position, up 5, coming home without really tight game up until that point. Unfortunate situation that Dana.
Line's good.
That Dana Hart found herself in there.
Get here.
Wasn't far off that raise either. Just needed to curl up just a hair.
Right.
So, I heard David Mulcahy say no guards, and his lead promptly gave him a guard.
There it is.
So we'll see signs of life. Yeah,
Looks like a pretty good shot here.
good start. Oh, we got a peel of shame here. That's what you get.
That gives us a better attack. Narrow.
So on D, Justin Riley's team, Push and Pray, was able to generate a single in the 6th and then a steal in the 7th. Still down 8-3 coming home. The house is wide open over there. That looks like that result is pretty well in hand. Tony Cott continues to put together a great game. They're playing really well here against the Roadrunner team. They're going to get all 8 in, though, so hopefully Roadrunner is learning some stuff that they can take forward in this draw. And it looks like Tim Murphy's undefeated Bonspiel streak is going to come to an end today. They are down 10-5 against the, that being Team 55 and under, against the team from Rock Creek, drawing a blank. So Elizabeth Staveley and crew putting together a really good game on A. The Rock Creek teams will go to 3-0 after this draw in their home away from home here at Denver Curling Club. Oh, I apologize. Dana Hart's team is also from Rock Creek. They are going to need something special here to come back on C. But still a really good showing from those guys up there. Friendly neighbors to the north. And with that being said, I think we're going to take the opportunity to take a quick break. Got a busy schedule here, but Brian and I really appreciate all you tuning in, and we will do our best to either be here ourselves or get somebody to take our place for a draw so that you have something to listen to.
Yep, nice as always. Looks like all these games are pretty much determined. We got handshakes going now on B. These games will be wrapping up shortly. I believe the next draw is, I don't know, 3 o'clock, 3:15.
Yeah, 3 o'clock.
3 o'clock for the next draw. Studio to change draw 2 to draw 3. You know how to get up there
Go
and
there.
then just edit?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's what I
And then
thought.
all you gotta do is it should come up as this, and we just change that to a 3.
Yeah.
So that's that.
Cool.
And then then we just gotta get that to senior center to change the overheads.
Yeah, that would be nice. Make notes on the back of this sheet.
All right, thanks again for tuning in. We'll see you very soon.
Thanks all. Brian Brown, Dave Falco, signing out. See you in about an hour or so.
You want to turn it volume down? Yes. For now.
You'll be fine. Like, I think if we get, the problem is if we corner freeze, we're too close. Yes, Taylor. Yes. Hard.
Well, it's these two boxes, right, out of 8.
Every time I do this,
So I think it's just no. I have mine handed. Yeah, the one that says volunteers. I might have actually done that like a month ago or something like that.